The enemy always attacks hardest right before your breakthrough because he senses what you can't yet see. He feels the spiritual shift before it manifests in the natural. And his only weapon left is distraction, discouragement, and deception. When the warfare suddenly intensifies, when everything starts breaking down, that's not a coincidence. It's confirmation. The enemy doesn't waste ammunition on people who aren't a threat. He sees the cracks in the prison doors God is about to open for you. So he throws everything he has to make you quit right before they swing wide. This is why right before your promotion, you often face humiliation. Right before elevation comes accusation. It's the same pattern that hit Joseph before the palace, David before the crown, and Jesus before the resurrection. The valley always comes before the victory. Satan studies your patterns. He knows your weakness, your habits, your triggers, and he waits for the moment you're closest to destiny, because that's when the stakes are highest. He's not attacking your present, he's terrified of your future. So when you find yourself under a storm that feels unfair, unnatural, and unrelenting, it's often a spiritual sign that something in the unseen realm has already shifted in your favor. That's why Ephesians 6:12 reminds you that you wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, because the real battle is invisible, and the enemy's goal is to make you believe it's just life falling apart. He knows if he can get you to interpret spiritual warfare as personal failure, you'll disarm yourself through doubt. The closer you are to breakthrough, the louder the lies become. You're not enough. God's forgotten you. It's too late. These are the whispers meant to make you forfeit the promise already written with your name on it. Sometimes the delay is divine protection, but the enemy twists it into rejection. Sometimes God is preparing your hands for what he's about to place in them, but the enemy makes it look like punishment. Remember how Jesus was tempted in the wilderness right before launching his ministry. The enemy didn't appear during his carpentry years, but the moment his purpose began to manifest. Likewise, the greater your assignment, the greater the attack. You may feel like everything around you is collapsing, but what's actually collapsing is the enemy's control. He's fighting from a position of loss, not power. Romans 8:28 still stands. All things are working together for your good, even the pain that doesn't make sense yet. The enemy wants you exhausted, not because he can stop your breakthrough, but because he hopes you'll stop yourself. He's terrified of your endurance, because endurance is what turns testing into testimony. He wants you reactive instead of prayerful, bitter instead of broken before God. The battle intensifies right before breakthrough because pressure purifies. Gold is tested in fire, and your faith is being refined the same way. 1 Peter 1:7. The warfare around you is proof that what's within you carries weight in the spirit realm. Don't mistake spiritual opposition for divine abandonment. God hasn't left you. He's letting your strength be revealed. Even Job, after losing everything, discovered that his latter days were greater than his beginning. The enemy targeted him not because he was weak, but because he was chosen. Likewise, the reason it feels unbearable right now is because the birth is near. The pain is the proof. Before every new level, there's a final push, and the pressure you feel is not punishment, it's prophecy. The enemy is desperate to make you curse God before the promise comes to pass. Don't let temporary chaos trick you into permanent surrender. When the Israelites stood before the Red Sea, it looked like destruction, but it was actually the setup for deliverance. What if the battle you're in is not a sign of God's absence, but evidence of his nearness? What if your tears are watering the soil of the very thing you've been praying for? The enemy wouldn't be fighting you this hard if there wasn't something worth stealing on the other side. He's not omniscient, but he's observant, and he attacks momentum, not mediocrity. When you sense unusual warfare, it's often heaven signaling that something extraordinary is about to be released. So instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" start declaring, "Something is about to break for me." God is not ignoring the battle. He's using it to expose the enemy, strengthen your faith, and birth the next season of your calling. This is the hidden rhythm of breakthrough. First the crushing, then the clarity. First the warfare, then the wonder. So if you're feeling surrounded, remember, Elisha prayed that his servants' eyes would open, and he suddenly saw that those with them were greater than those against them. 2 Kings 6:17. The same is true for you right now. Don't quit under pressure. The enemy always fights loudest when he's losing ground. You are too close to stop, too anointed to retreat, too chosen to collapse. The pain is real, but the promise is closer. The enemy is targeting you because heaven has already marked you for breakthrough. Stand your ground, because what's been delayed is about to be delivered. Thank you for supporting our channel. Subscribe to see more videos and stay connected with us in the comments.